Hello friends, I am JNG. This is our channel JN Social. Today our topic is doubling farmers' income, lesson from China and Israel. Why we need to learn lesson from China and Israel? Because Israel is a small country, even it won't have enough natural drinking water. The land are not fertile enough and they are very dry. Even then they are doing amazing thing in agriculture by investing more on agriculture technologies. Then China, it is our neighbor in Asia. It is also in the rise of global superpower with the ambition of becoming superpower in 2028. The land pattern as well as climatic condition in China as well as India more or less similar. Even then China is doing 2 to 3 times higher agriculture production compared to India. How it is possible to China? We are going to analyze in this video. In India, there is a common notation that agriculture means loss, farmers means poor. So there are few farmers, after their children got educations and better employment opportunities, they also started to migrate to city areas, then they settled there. There are few other groups, they traditionally following the agriculture practices, even they are getting loss or profit. Then few of the group of farmers also move to other economic activities, that means from agriculture to other field. When we look at the historical importance of agriculture, in ancient time, people were nomadic and hunter-gatherers to meet their daily needs. After the introduction of agriculture, that means they start to growing crops in an area. The peoples in that area started to settle there and the human societies start to develop. So the agriculture historically play important role. Not only that, agriculture is one of the basic fundamental needs of our human activities. That means the agriculture only provide the basic necessities of food. But in India, at least in the recent time, those who are practicing agriculture, that is farmers, are under severe stress. There are incidents of farmer suicide, then exploitation of farmers after getting loan, then the farmers protest. These are the incidents often rising in recent time. We also got notice through media, TV channel, social medias. India, China and Israel more or less started their new political journey at the end of 1940s. That is, India got independence in 1947, Israel has announced independence in 1948, China announced People's Republic of China formally in 1949. Even then, China per capita income 5 times higher than India, but in the case of Israel, Israel's per capita income 20 times higher than India. How that is possible? Because of their different agriculture policies and development policies. In India, the farmers cannot decide the price for their produce because the government is thinking that it may affect the poor people. So, need to secure the food for the poor people. Therefore, there is a restriction for farmers to shift their agriculture produce from one place to another place and also to export to other countries. At the same time, Indian government is providing free electricity and fertilizer subsidy to the farmers. So from the Green Revolution to still now, because of over exploitation of groundwater and also increase of chemical fertilizers, the land not yield enough recent time, and also the excess use of fertilizer went to groundwater table and nearby water streams, particularly to the rivers. It affected the living organisms there. Then the fishes that we are eating from that water field also affect our health condition. It induces new diseases. Then the electricity, free electricity, as a result of that over use of groundwater, the groundwater table reduced below in recent time, and the water scarcity increased in many states. When we compare the agriculture development in China and India, the average farmland holding in China is just 0.9 hectare, but in the case of India, 1.08 hectare. But even then, China is producing 2 to 3 times higher production than India. So the average farmland holding is not a big issue. That can be we learn from the China. Then the economic reform, particularly in agriculture field, China has introduced in 1978. From 1978 to 1984, the agriculture development per year improved about 15%, and within that period, that is 6 years period, they have improved their agriculture production more than double times. But India has introduced economic reform in 1991, but India during that time mainly focused on industrial reform. But in the case of China, since they have introduced reform in agriculture, so over a period the food production has increased. As a result of that, the income of farmers improved, then the basic needs of farmers also increased. So the industry started to develop. The industries got the raw material from the farming sector. Then the farmers got good prices for their produce. China's agriculture sector contributes just 8% of GDP to its total GDP and provide employment to 26% of its population. In the case of India, India's agriculture sector contributes 17% of GDP to its total GDP and provide employment to 42% of its population. But at the same time, in India, 55% of people are involved in agriculture activities. So the excess of people since involved in agriculture, so the agriculture produce not meet with the excess of involvement of people in the agriculture activities. So the income of farmers also reduced. On the other hand, Israel is a small country in the Middle East. Its farmlands are not fertile enough. The water scarcity is predominantly exists there. Even then, they are using the seawater through desalination process and recycling the wastewater from the industry, and as a result of that, they are using that water for agriculture production, and more investment on technology in the agriculture field also yield good result for them. As a result of investing more on innovative technologies in the agriculture field, Israel is producing food items like citrus fruit, olive, dates, not only for their needs, but also they are exporting to European countries, Asian countries and American countries. In order to develop agriculture sector in India, government must shift its focus from subsidy-based development to investment-based development. Then agriculture produce must depend on market demand rather the minimum support prices. Then while fixing the price of agriculture produce, the government need to consider the producer, not only the consumer. Then when we invest more on agriculture field by allowing corporate houses, then there is a chance of new technologies may come, and also it will reduce the pollution due to agriculture. If we change the agriculture become a profitable business through investing more on new technologies, not only practicing traditional practices, then the mindset of people will change, then more investment will automatically come to the agriculture field. As a result of that, the farm produce will increase and production also increase. So we can not only double the farmers' income, even we can triple the farmers' income within 15 to 20 years. Many countries have achieved this, even we can achieve. At the same time, we need to rethink alternative option for the subsidies given to the fertilizer and the electricity to the farmers. Okay friends, what do you think about this video? There is a double-edged dilemma, that is, on the one hand, if the corporate sectors allowed into the agriculture sector, then they will invest more, so they will come up with new technologies. It will reduce the pollution and increases the agriculture production. On the other hand, the corporate may exploit the farmers. What do you think about this? Give your opinion in our comment section. We shall meet again in our next discussion. Until then, take care. Love you all. Bye bye.